was on right now because anything you do.
I don't always like videos, but when I do, I always prefer Road Dog Crypto. Trade wisely, my friends.
Gary was a man who thought he could do crypto, sharing at the SEC.
You like what you see. Well then, please subscribe, eh? And if you like what I do, then smash that like button too.
Are you trying to find financial freedom by trading and investing in them there cryptocurrencies? But are you having a hard time being profitable and making them winning trades? Well, you can get all that knowledge and a whole lot more just by watching the Crypto Chart School playlist over here at the Road Dog Crypto channel. You just go right down here where it says Chart School, you click that full playlist, and voila! They got all the knowledge right there.
Just pick up the phone and call me. I'll be there. Girl, let me show you. You're my one and only, like I told you. I'll be there. And if you get blue, I got the loving for you. Yeah, I'll be there. Your heartache, it kills me, but your loving, it thrills me.
Check, 1, 2, 1, 2.
I'll be there. Whatever tomorrow may hold, I know you're the one for me, child. And when we're together, my love, you give me hope and a way.
Bessie's coming home, baby. Let's get that cowbell out here. Get a little good luck going. Ladies and gentlemen, prepare yourself for the turkey.
For those of you out there that are hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you very much.
Thumbs up for the like button. Welcome everyone to impromptu stream, and I'm trying to continue what we were doing the other day, and basically you're sitting with me while I'm kind of going over some coins in my portfolio and things like that, and trying to get some nice little juicy take profit targets, my targets, and things like that. We went through a lot of those coins yesterday. In the meantime, while I'm trying to pull all of that stuff up on my CoinTrendz account over here, it's been a little difficult. Thought I already had you. Looking at Bitcoin here, I'm on my. I watch it on a small time frame. I plan on bigger time frames, but to not feel like I'm watching paint dry a lot of times, I watch it on a small time frame. I pick a 6 minute. It's not a time frame. Some people go with 7. Some people go with 5. Some people go with 1. This seems to be a pretty good little, it's a small time frame just to watch. And then when things get hairy, you can pop out to the 1 hour, 4 hour and see what's going on those guys. And as we can see with Bitcoin, there is the trend lines, the main trend lines, and sometimes they look better on bigger time frames than they do on others. That's why this one doesn't match up just perfectly. But the original trend line, secondary trend line happening, tertiary or third tertiary. That's a big word. I wanted to say it. Thank you for making my dreams come true today. Tertiary. That just means third. It's a fancy way of saying third. When I went to college, I thought this was kind of interesting. I went to college to try to learn some stuff, and all I found out was a lot of these classes, especially in sociology, like all these ideas and things that, old timers talk about, people talk about, everybody talked about, kind of stuff that we knew, we just didn't have the same name for it. And like, I went to college to learn some of these concepts. Oh, this guy discovered, so it's named after him. Right, okay. I'm getting off of here. Wasn't on everything, but there's a lot of things like, you just put a name to things that, a lot of us already kind of knew. Okay, yay. Education at its finest. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, tertiary is where we got off on this little tangent. And we also got a little breakout if you look at this top trend line, and the secret to 10 trend lines is getting the bottom trend line, getting the top trend line. And I love trend lines, and they just so helpy. They can help you know when to get in, when to get out. Just know you're buying the breakout if you do that. But trend line here, jump in. Trend line up here. Well, we don't know at that point anything, do we? Until she starts she starts losing, because we still following this one. So we go the underneath trend line. Hadn't broken yet. It's right here bouncing off. I just got into a little trade here. Since it's so tight on this third one, hoping we can get up there, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to go over altcoins. Gosh darn it, put a chart in front of me. We went over a bunch of them yesterday, so pick up where we left off. And I do want to take a look at virtual, because I think one of our targets got hit. And CoinTrendz. Do I need to zoom out? Where's my charts? That's old stuff. This is old stuff. I'm on AXBT. Well, that's interesting. Look at you go. You're right up here at resistance area. That one did pretty good. It's nice little double bottom down there. We're not doing AXBT. That's cool though. That's old news there. We clear you out. Oh my God, are we going to chart this one that I don't even have, or I'm not even on, really? Not, at least not on this wallet. 28 cents looks nice. 28 cents looks really nice. Let's zoom it in just a little bit. Take 27.2. All right, 27 cents looks good. Okay. I had to put that out there. Look, it's a bonus. Uh-oh, there's noise and a turkey above my head. I still have not taken time to do that. Where did you go? Here we go. Let's say hello to everybody. We got Dave P, Board PC guys, soulmate. Hey, Dave P, you're first. What? Dave P, you were first. Clap your hands. This would be a good place to have some working equipment. I'm just saying, this would be a great place for a YouTube channel. What's up, Clappy? What's up with you, Clappy hands? Come on, man. JP, you were first. We got Board PC guy, So. How's it going, So? Joe from Trade Intuition, fellow YouTuber. Go check him out. And I still haven't got his channel pulled up here. I'm going to have to do that. Board PC guy. And Kelly Pat. And Matty Ghost, thank you for the $5 super chat. You're asking me to take a look at Proppy. I will do that before I get started right here. Bobby Yaz, how's it going? So thank you very much. Thank you for your support of the channel. I am 100% crowdfunding, so really appreciate this. It does cost money to do YouTube channels. You know, there's subscriptions for everything. Everybody wants to subscribe. It's like when the internet started. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm just not a fan of subscription fees. They kind of piss me off. Telephone bills are enough, and isn't that a laugh? Cable bills are another. And the prices just always go up for something that they make a ton of money on. Anyway, subscriptions for TradingView, subscriptions for this, for that, for Epidemic Sounds, which I haven't used really in a while. But so I'm not bitching. Thank you for the super chat. Let's get on to that. I got on a little tangent there. Let's go to Proppy. Proppy. There's Prop Base and there's Proppy. And I've got some of this. I've got it over in Base. I've had it for a while, for a long time. I was going to let it be one of my big bags. And I think I've taken a little profit, but I haven't really worked this bag like it's just been more of a long-term hold thing. She's down a lot, isn't she? Yeah, I keep looking at those bags saying, wait, you a lot more? So it was last year. That's when she was getting really hot to the hots. She got up to $4 last year. She ain't that right now, though, is she? So what's going on the big scene of Proppy? She went deep. She went wholly deep. She went so deep. She went balls deep. She went 886 deep. Even deeper, but that seems to be the area that we bounce back and recover in there. So deep ass retracement right there. Just again, 8 balls deep, 88.6. The 8 balls deep. But the cool thing is this is such a simple and effective strategy right here. I hope you guys get it. It's so simple. It's the little fib tool right here, the 236. That's their guy. That's our guy. That's our main guy. We gotta go talk to that. We got a bonus over here at $1.80, but that's like hoping a dream right now. That's a billboard at the far side of the edge of town. It's a mountain in the distance that we're trying to climb to at $1.80, but we can get there. That'd be nice. We're at 78 right now. So what we did just there, we'll come back and do it right here from where we were. It looks like that was December. The December high, which was not higher than what we were a year earlier. That's a little concerning. I gotta say. Right now we're testing out the same little area, our 236 area, and I love these 236 areas. And usually the fib does such a good job of nailing support resistance areas with those little guys. That one did a fairly good job of getting that little support right there. So with this poll, we want to look at this guy, 106, as our next little bump up. When we zoom out, and of course you can connect the dots, and we'll just lay them right on top there and see. We try and maybe attempted for a breakout. I don't see it doesn't have to be a partial decline. We got a nice little angle. Oh, you did touch that. That's nice. That's nice touches. That's some nice support right there. Nice support line. I like that. It looks like she's trying to break out. I don't know. It may be a lackluster breakout. Now, here's the thing. Now, you got 3 rising valleys. 3 rising valleys. There's a new one for you, for some of you. 3 rising valleys. Should we take a look at that? Are we going to teach today? Are we going to, well, I see the opportunity. I can't help it. We got to go see what 3. We got 3 falling peaks, and then we got 3 rising valleys. Now, this performance out of this is ranked 6 out of 39, so it's a pretty high ranking pattern here. Its percentage to meet its breakout target is about 57%, so that means that the measure move you get, It should get a little bit more than half of it. That's it in a nutshell there. Your measure move is the whole length of the pattern right there. The whole length of it put to the top, and it should be able to get around half of that. So let's come back over here to Proppy. So if that be true, if it's not pulling our chain, it says the measure move would be a complete double up, taking us up to our little area right here. You didn't see that one coming, did you? That one. Oh, let's tweak that measure move. I want you as accurate as I can. I want to get you. I'm gonna go. There's a little gap there. I'm making up for that little gap. I went from the wicks. I went hard. So we're looking like this 136 area for measure move. That's cool if that plays out. But remember, there was a multiplier by that little guy, 57%, right? Right? Wasn't it 57? Was it 57? Was it 57? It's 57. Volume tends downward 64% of the time on this pattern. So do we see volume going down? This is kind of important. You don't see pattern traders talk about volume in relation to the pattern. And gosh darn it, here on the daily, I'm not seeing much of anything. I mean, I guess you can say it is minorly, but nothing very. No, you got to look hard. There is a little thing here and thing there, but it looks very level as how I would kind of describe that. Come down to smaller time frames and see if there's anything. Okay, so not really sold on the volume idea there, but we are going to take that full measure move. We're also going to do this little trick. We can take let's just pull it here. Let's zoom in. I think I feel like I'm more in a TA mood. I'm always in a TA mood. It's at 57%, right? We'll use this scale and whoops, I gotta do this way. We put us about this long, and if we put that right here at the top peak there, that would suggest we come up here to the 360 moving average. That makes a little bit more sense to me. So we're going to put that little guy. That's our true measure move. That's our Bukowski measure move. And we're going to put him right there at 117-ish. Or maybe I get picky. Are you touching? Are you touching or are you obscuring? Are you always going to do? Okay. You're so anal about this. Just so anal. I'm going to bring you down just a hair. Just a little hair. Make sure we can get you there. We're going to go with that 116 area right there because I got a little gap right there that I'm looking at. You're picky. You know, some people I see do some crazy measure moves and then they take it and they want to do something crazy like this. And I'm just like, why did you even take a measure move? We're going to get the angle. The angle has nothing to do with the measure move. Angle only has something to do with those supply lines, which we got a nice little angle going on right here. I don't know if you saw that, but woo, baby. Are we going to get 3 humps and then a dump? I hope not. Nice little Ichimoku cloud going on right there. She looks like she wants to do something. You got a daily green dot headed up there. Money flow coming up a little bit. Looks a little janky, but janky is that she's got to work at it a little bit. Got some bearish divergence going on up here a little bit. Don't get scared. But the moving averages are starting to look nice here. I'm on the 6 hour. Here's the nice one. This is the 4 hour. Here's when the moving averages look nice and juicy. Now they are still flipped, but they're in the process. It appears that we're trying to initiate a ribbon flip on the big scale, and it's a great place where we can flip them all. So we've already flipped the 200. Let me take the big moving averages off of here. Big moving averages off. Now look at this is the 5 moving average strategy that I use on the channel, right? Oh, also you got the green dot. Oh no, a little indicator here. A little buy signal here, money flow going in. It's looking good on the 4 hour. Like we're trying to come up here to about 83 and maybe challenge that top at 90. Maybe even get a breakout, but she could be, remember her little 3 humps in the dump idea? It's a little Elliott wave thing. You may get a skip on this one because these guys kind of overlap, but Let's just ask Elliot. Hey, Elliot, you got anything going on over here? Yeah, you got a 5-way? Then we're going to do our 3 humps in the dump. You suck. Oh, you counted this little guy. See, I wouldn't have ever counted that little guy. I guess, oh, could you? Should have? Could you? Should you? Would you? Elliot Wave, you're so subjective. That's why we don't hang out too much. But you know, we call on him whenever we want to get another opinion there. So he also thinks we could be in a 3 hump dump. The dump thing is a correction. So it does 3 waves up and does a little 2-wave correction. Technically, it's 5 waves. I call it 3 because it's a hump. The way he counted it was weird. But anyway, you get a 5, and then you get your A, B, C, and then you get this. Hopefully, start this whole 3 thing, boom, 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 all over again. That's kind of it in a nutshell. So if it does pull back, if that is in fact our 5th wave, I guess this is what we need to figure out. Where will we come back to? Well, if we use channel strategy, just to get a rough idea of, at a pretend breakout area, we'll just kind of go with that kind of angle and kind of suggest that it's here. It would bring us back in this little area. That looks a little steep to me. Moving averages are kind of suggesting, hey, 62 cents. So 618 pullback would be nice, actually. For something like this, it's just starting to get a little bullish. A 618 would be really good. That would be fairly decent. A 0.5 would be too soon on this one, unless she's got higher to go there. So if she breaks trend line, I would first look and see if there's a reaction there. It might be a good place to add to your bags. But until that day, I've been looking at these targets over here saying, Can we get up there for 32%? Can we get up there for 46%? We needs to be headed right up here to 129. I'm just saying, measure mood takes us up here to 137, 75% gains, and that's just the breakout of this little guy because it's just getting started. Look at that big old fat falling wedgie. And she's kind of a shallow one, I guess, depending on how you scale this out. Oh, look, that's really shallow. That should be good. Oh, no, there's a deep one. So that's kind of subjective there, too. But Bukowski says that the shallow ones usually give you the best performance, and I won't disagree with that. I'm going to just cut to the chase, and I'm just going to go from here to here, and I'm just going to mark this guy because that's kind of where we're headed. 136 for this. It's about the same as if you take the measured move from here, take it down to where your trend line would be, and I'm eyeballing it there. Put that at the possible breakout area, and it would take us up there, and then you do your anyway. Maybe you get a little bit more out of this one. We will. Let's do it proper. Let's give it a proper measured move. And not the old crazy measure move. You see some people doing stuff like this. Now that's not the rule guides. That's not how the rules go, and they don't tell people that. They're like, I'm just going to do my own thing and say, oh. I mean, we want to stick to the traditional rules, and then you can decide if you want to break them and how you break them. But you don't want to learn the wrong rules and then start breaking rules that aren't even there. You never learn what rules not to break or to break. And that's one of my arguments against some of these little pattern trading gurus out here in the early mornings. That's a different idea altogether right there. Now that was a measure move. I need to put you blue. Man, you're taking a long time with this. Where's all these other coins? This is a super chat, and I'm giving the money's worth. It's right there at the 786, which I also like. Did we just do that too? So that's the bigger boy targets there, and that would be nice because you're at a bottom, right? What better place to snag for such a move as that if you can be patient enough to wait for it, and get a nice little parabolic move. And remember, let this be a good example for everyone out there when prices do go up. Look what happens after. Because at the time, you don't see that. All you see is, oh, man, it's taking off. It could keep going. All you do is look into the back and say, we're probably headed right up here. There was a hint. We're coming up and retesting this area right here at 392 because that's just what price does. But at the time, and all you need is a bunch of people saying, we're just flag it to the upside. Flag it to the upside. And it works for a minute. It does. Because you're doing your little 3 hump to the dump and your little flags, And look, that measure move actually worked. A lot of times that third one doesn't even get that high. But then we flag it out again. Well, flag to the upside. Blah, blah, blah. Join my group, and then it's done. It's done. So you got to avoid getting caught in that little trap, because that happens when the measure move goes up, especially if it's got a little curve to it like that. Had a little curve. We're just teaching today, I guess. That little parabolic curve. Lose that little sucker. It's down and sideways and down. It's not where you want to be. It's no fun after that. You did a nice little retest in that area. That gave people a chance to, if they missed it, oh my gosh, gave them a chance to get out before they had to figure out, oh no, before it was too late. That's pretty amazing. From $4 down here at the bottom at 230. That's quite a big amount to have to figure out if is it bearish or not. That's the thing about the altcoins, I gotta say, that you get caught up on the hype, and you're like, well, I can walk it off. We'll go for a higher high, but that first higher low here, boom. That's typically your sign that, hey man, things are changing. But then that's also typically when you'll get somebody else saying, well, just flag it out. Just flag it out. Now we just got a bigger flag to the upside. Well, just flag it out to the upside. And then you get something crazy like this, instead of saying, hey man, maybe this bitch is played out. But nope. You always got somebody out there saying, no, we're going to 640 by June. And by June, we were down at $1.42. These things can be avoided with the help of a little tool, something called a Fibonacci. And you would have known you're approaching resistance area right there. Didn't even quite touch it. Of course, we look at what we got to work with here. But yet, in the moment, the flag theory, if chasing flags is the main thing that's being taught and being used and being executed, clearly that will eventually fail there. And it will not be fun. The ride up, all the gains will be given back. Unless you join the OnlyFans Footsie group. When you learn all the secret alpha, $2,499 a month. Love you, Dubai guys. I'm going to use a feather next time. Anyway. So that's kind of what I see going on for Robbie. Let's go down to the smaller time frames and just kind of check her out, see how she's. I think we're doing here. That looks pretty strong. That looks pretty good. Maybe turn my bigger moving averages on, because if I forget, they'll never get back over here. I like this little ribbon flipping idea. It'll take it a while to do it. So she could, I mean, in the big picture things, maybe she goes up, maybe even she comes down here and ranges a little bit, but this is a good sign overall. We are headed into the weekend, so it's going to be a little crazy out there. Let me come back to the chat. See you guys. This would be a good piece of working equipment, wouldn't it though? Just pay my bills. Now it's time to man up and stop crying. Don't like bills. I hate bills too. And it seems like they're starting to get a little bit more and more now, and the money coming in seems to be a little bit less and less with this market this way. Joe says he exited all of his trades last night. Noticed coins weren't moving like they were the past few days. If I miss moves, it's okay. Looking for trade setups at the moment. Meantime, well, we're heading into the weekend, and they like to play us. And I gotta say, you know, they've been a little bit more bullish the past few weeks. I haven't seen them really dump us quite as much. Well, I mean, we get our share of dumps and stuff. Altcoins are just a little lackluster since Bitcoin dominance has kind of taken the show again. But I want to, basically what I'm doing, I'm trying to find sell targets and then maybe re-entry targets for the trades that I've currently got. Bobby guy says, would you take a look at render upside targets? You know, I used to have this on spot margin, and then they took it off for whatever reason, and then I got stuck with whatever I had at the time, and I felt kind of shady because I think I had to leave with less than what I started. And that's happened more than once with spot margin when they decided to do this to coin. But anyway, the long story short, I put this one back on spot wallet, and I'm glad that I did because it's doing really good over there. I gotta say, spot margin great play if you catch it at the right time. But when the trend is going against you, there's some payback. And then you gotta slowly build this stuff up all over again, and that sucks. Looks like we got a little horizontal support resistance area. I may not have that. Looks more like it right there. That line looks a little crooked, but we'll still go with it. Doesn't have to be. It's a support line doesn't have to be horizontal, perfectly horizontal, but a lot of times they are. That's nice. That looks cool. That's a nice W bottom retest. Break of trend line over here. Probably some big ass falling wedgie, or at least a channel, if nothing else. And got a measure move. Let's. Upside targets. Short-term memory loss. Yeah, that's me. Well, right off the bat, Lucy and her little consort right here, the 800 moving average coming in at 561. So that's a pretty good target. We usually go up and talk to the devil. I don't know why the devil is in the market, but the devil is in the market. Why? Fibs, you didn't work. Oh, nice. We are at our 236 at the moment. This is the make or break moment. It looks like it's going to make it. So we mentioned the target at those areas. Lucy is above the 800, so that's a good sign. We could go higher. Could go higher anyway, but that's added bonus. We probably will snap up a little bit back. So 607, and she could probably come up to these bottom. Honestly, she could probably come up around 661 in betwixt. Just a betwixt. Let's and we'll put this one here. 718. You have to get pretty kind of bullish to get that one right now. Should work her way up there. All right, so let me color code these little guys. And then we will do this other little trick. Well, I saw a golden signal, but I'd let it slip on by. If I could grab that breakout and that whale's wind that I've traced, well, I'd rub my well, I may have to do a different trick. And I'd curse the market's pace. What I really want to know, what I really want to say, the charts won't sing, well, it's fate that I need. Oh, my stash will have to wait till we got our 1618 right here. This would be one of the guys I'd be looking for, though. And it's right underneath her line, so that's really close. And then I would put her 1618 here. Why didn't you do it the other way? Now we're just getting all the normal way. The other way I would do this. More likely this guy, though. And we're getting, yeah, right there in those same little targets right there. The 382 is what we're coming up against, and that does look like resistance there too. Let's keep this one on here because if she goes up just a wee bit higher, if that's going to be her higher high and she comes back down, I think that might be a possibility of 523. So short-term targets, I kind of got, there's a nice little, that's nice for that 618. That one did really good. Now I'm getting all picky. I'll get all picky on these little targets over here. Short-term targets. So from where we are, and you just broke out again, and you just made a higher high there that you're clearing this area now. So I'm just going to go from where we are, 7%, 8% to the next target, right up here at 576. That one looks very interesting. 20%. 618 area at 650. That's 35%. So short term, I would be looking at that.
wanna say is I've got mine, and I'll jinx it. Oh yes, I'm going up.
I do like that area right there.
And snipes my play.
So I like these two areas right here best of all. About 618, 740. Those are probably worth waiting for from where we're at right now. That would be, yeah, 34, 50% gains on spot. I like that. You're coming up to, or no, okay, that's what that level was too, right there. Cool. Bills suck. Yes, they do. Kelly says, can you look at Chill Guy? I've been trying to short that little guy. I've been looking at Chill Guy. I've been looking at shorting it here, but she's been a little bit, a little bullish. So my bigger target area is up here. I just trying to figure out if she's going to try to do it all in one go, or get close to it up there and all in one go, or if this area that I've got as resistance is going to hold. And we got, yeah, this little guy right here. Ooh, I don't know that I could ride you up that far. I might have already got stopped out. I'm on a big ass time frame right here. We need to come down to the smaller ones and see what we got. So now I went down to the 1 hour. And I'm going to check a few things here. See, this is what I was wondering. I saw this, and then sure enough, she started going more bullish because she broke out of a bearish channel. These should technically break to the downside, and when they don't, well, then things can get kind of interesting. And then now I have my 1272 right here. And she might be doing the 141, the 1318. I didn't check to see which one to actually try to expect. And expect on that one, I just went for the general area on this call. And I'm not sure if it's going to work for me or not. I expected to get a pullback, but I don't know if she's going to. She broke this trend line and pull back, and it may keep going and may head up to 6.5 cents. This one just all of a sudden got really, really popular, and there's supposed to be rumors that big people are buying. And I'm like, well, okay, yay.
If I could grab that breakout and that whale's win that I've traced, well, I'd rub my lucky.
See, even the measured move from that would take you up to that area there.
What I really want to know.
So, what we're looking for, she's either going to retest this and say, screw you, Road Dog, well, let's just get out and keep on going, and maybe you can go higher than that, and they can get kind of strong. Or she does what they do sometimes and comes back into the pattern, and then, you know, they go to the bottom of the pattern, which would be down here, and then if it's in a bearish market, they don't stop, they keep on going, and that sucks. But in a bullish market, you know, if this were to happen, they will probably catch, and then we start working on something else, a different pattern. I mean, so are you going to come down for me now, or what? What are you doing right now? Is my short in trouble here? Because this is strong. I don't think I'm going to have much of a short. So I've got a line in the sand here, trying to see if it gets broken or not. If it gets broken, it could. Could not. Or it could. I guess I need to check on that. So basically, if we do drop, we're looking at a retest of the, you know, this 4 to just right at 5 cent area. We're about 5.5 almost right now. Unless she wants to come back into that little pattern, but there's a lot of support there until she gets there. In other words, she's still looking a little strong to me. And I'm expecting, I was expecting this area to be it's a pivot area. I'm just trying to see what we're going to pivot or not. So that's what I'm looking at. If she doesn't pivot, then we're looking at 6.5, 7.5 cents, and some nice upside there. I just think she's tired. Are you still open, chill guy? Do I still have that one, or did it get stopped out? No, it's still open. I'm down 11%. It's a small trade on a small account. Let me see what I got going on right here with chill. I'm just chill guy. So yeah, I do have my stop loss up there. I got in at the or the 113, and then she kept it going, and I didn't have a stop loss set, or maybe I had another entry or something to try to. No, I don't think that happened. Anyway, I've got several shorts. I just entered a Bitcoin long with a tight stop loss there. And Voxel, that one's been a nice one. So I'm back up. So this my account over here, man, it was like at 220 or 228 2 nights ago. Then last night it was like at 209. I'm sitting here saying, this sucks, man. Why is it going down? And then now we're back up for some stuff. I got a couple of shorts here. You got stop losses, right? I'm being real picky on my stop losses. It's just I do it on my phone and I don't realize it over here. But here's my chill guy short, and it's not working out as great just yet, unless it starts cooperating with me. But still, the take profit on it will probably be not much of anything for me. Well, maybe a little bit. So there's our channel idea. If we come back and touch the channel, I'm not expecting too much out of this one right now. What a dark coin or dark, I don't even know what this is. She was just in a juicy place. I think I shorted it down and then I longed it. I think that's what happened on this one. We got some good entries on a lot of these little guys, and I think some of the trades ended, and maybe I redid some positions. And this one actually had up here, then I added my position and it lowered it down here. But we nailed a lot of these little guys. I put pictures of them over in the Telegram group, over in the vanity wall. Yeah. So this is me slogging Pundi X. This did get stopped out because she decided to go up, but I think I get in and then I put my stop loss right at entry or a little bit before, after she starts taking off, just in case I'm wrong. Take a little bit of profit as soon as I can, about 20% up, so that if I get stopped out, at least fees are covered and everything else. But slogging, and this is what me Fibonacci thing helps me do. It helps me get these kind of entries, and even on this short, I mean, this is where I got in on this one, and that's when it's when we're paying attention and doing the detail. What else we got? Here was another one. This was AIXBT, and it did a double top over here, and the Fibonacci helped me get in at the top. So there's techniques that can help you do that. That's the same one, dark. I don't know whose that is. That's someone else's, I think. Oh no, I do know what that is. To the upside. Yeah, okay. All right, I'm getting way off topic, aren't I? Let me come back to the chat and get stirred back in the right direction here. Chill guy going crazy. I agree. Chill guy is going crazy. Maybe too crazy. You need to chill out, chill guy. I'm just saying. Chill out. Let me short you. Because it was, I can't bring myself to go long on Chill Guy. Are you going up for real? Are you finding support? You know, I could do a trade here though. I could do a long here too. Snap. Let's slong it. Because I know she's on it. It's risky, but if this is going to be support where it should be a pivot, and as long as I got this trend line here, I can do it because I can get a really tight risk to reward ratio, and that's what it's all about to me, because we're taking a risk on it, right? Come here, Chill Guy. Where are you, Chill? Weren't you on this one? I could have sworn we just saw Chill Guy. Chill Guy, you're at 26%. That's stupid crazy. Get that trend line. You coming down just a wee bit, are you? So what was this? This is that my entry or my short? Is that, yeah, okay. And now we're going along. I'm on a 5-minute chart here. Bottom of my trend line. Down here, don't know that you're going to get down there. 053. 0532. Let me do that. And I'm doing little bitty small amounts. I got 2x right here because I don't trust it just yet. That could let me go more. I could go 3x. 3x would be good. Let's go with 3. Well, if I'm going to have a tight stop loss, I'll go with 4 actually. I'll turn up the heat. Still, I'm not going crazy. So I'll put one in there. And then I'm going to go ahead and get one open now. Not the same. Very small. I'm using very small. I'm just using a couple of dollars to do this. My stop loss will go below my trend line, just right here. 35 cents is what I'm risking. Because that's what I'll get stopped out at 35 cents. So the theory is if she comes down and breaks my trend line, could even go lower if I want where I'm comfortable. Then, gosh darn it. And oh my gosh, my take profit target was, what were you? Short-term memory loss. Here we are. 65 cents. You could give me $1.86, possibly. If you come down and get my other little order that's put right here, I'll probably need to move her up just a little bit. Actually, let me fib her out. There's no fibs on this chart. Man, I gotta reset you. Our plan was really try to get it as close to this blue trend line as possible. So I'll leave that one there and see if it comes and dips it. If not, then I'll work with that one. And if I lose it, then I just lose 38 cents. If I win it, then I gain like something else. Did we just put you up there, take profit? Why did you change? Why did you change? Stop changing. Don't change, darling. Never change. Take profit right here. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now we're set. Now we're set. Because here on the 15 minutes, she's looking like she want to do something. I'm just saying. Thank you, Ave. I appreciate it. My man. All right, so 50 minutes into the show, now we finally get on target here. All right, so it was. Did we settle out virtual? That's what I was trying to do. Virtual. What are we doing here, virtual? You up at a 618 for resistance. Are you going higher? or are you going to break that little sucker? That looks, you're going away from this trend line. Are you trying to break it? That'd be bullish as all get out on a Friday, though. Come on. Can you entice enough people to support that idea? So 185, and I think that just hit. I think that's the target that just hit because I got. It looks like I got paid on that one. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay. All right, so virtual. I just got to figure out where to buy back in, but it's not time to figure that out yet until we figure out, see what she's doing. That's a strong move out of virtual. You got to say that's pretty cool. From 72 cents to 185. You're looking for some X's. They're at the X's, but they come at places nobody wants to buy though, because everybody's talking crap about all the coins when they're down at the bottom. Man, I wouldn't touch that stuff. I wouldn't touch with the 10-foot pole, and it's got to do this, and this. They put all these expectations. Well, I got to see it do this and do this, and by the time it does all that, well, then all the good gains are gone a lot. But the old trend line can help you out. Lovely trend lines give you options to get in. Let's try, this one. This one right here, Kava. Kava. Let me zoom out on Kava. We gotta zoom out a lot on Kava. On the 3-day chart. What are we doing here, Kava? What's all this? What's all these lines? What's all this? What's all these drawings over here? These squiggles. I don't want squiggles. Oh well, I guess that idea had a little weight, but we're below that line now, aren't we? We're right at it. All right. Oh, you right on my trend line, or you tested my? Ooh, you had a good little, possible good little nibble spot there. 4 hour. Got the green dye. Got MACD looking like she's trying to go bullish there on the 4 hour. Right at a line of support. Some people call it a supply line. I don't have it. Apply my rules here. On the 4 hour, that should be pretty good. According to that, you just wick back to it. Still pretty good. What's that? 21 crossing bearishly over the 100, so there might be a little bit more down. We're still at 43 cents. $300. Those are still bearish, but we'll try. And it's trying to do it. It's at the. I like that it's at this line. All right, let me zoom out just again, and. Because you don't realize, though, there's another bigger line down here. And the bottom of that line is more around 39 cents. So there could still be a drop, but there also could be a pop from here. She is a big ass accumulation, in my personal opinion. This one is a nice longer term play, so this is where you got to really kind of zoom out. So let's go to the weekly on this one, and you can kind of see the appeal why I'm looking at that one. She's at a bottom where nobody wants to touch her again, like we just talked about with, I don't know, Chill Guy and everything else at these bottoms, until they're not, and then they start coming back up to these areas like, you know, $2, $3. Then you're like, maybe it wasn't a bad idea to make a little spot play there, and so you can make 300-400% gains by the time we get back. Well, that was September 22. Oh, that's asking. I gotta say, over this bull market, she has not seen these prices yet. But Kava, last cycle did really well. She was a little bit of a slow mover, I thought. I seen her at $4 a lot. It's like every time I looked at Kava, it's always at $4. $3 or $4 is where I always saw it. But she got up to 7 and 9 and 5 and 5. It's just one of my little plays that I'm just trying, one of my little slow Cosmos ecosystem plays that I've got going on that I kind of like. And a channel idea, and that's kind of, I mean, you can do it. That works. Okay, we look at that idea. Okay. I see nothing exciting happening for Kava just yet. Just accumulation. So if she pops up, and she can. Well, I don't know. There's a range there. I take that back. I take that right back. So 58 cents would be cool, but the sweet targets would be right around 70, 69, 70, or 70 and 80 cents, because otherwise, I mean, will you come back down to buy more if you take profits there? Or is it better off to hold it so that you can get the real sweet moves when we start coming, you know, back up to some of these areas? So many decisions. It does look like 58 cents is going to be a big area, though. That's going to be a hard one for her to get above. Okay, Kava, we'll leave you on the back burner. I'm not going to do much with you right now. We'll just kind of let you sit there. I got buy orders. Where are my buy orders at? 41 and 42 cents. Should that change? I think I'm going to change that to 35. And there's that little part of me that's like, go ahead, jump on in. You know you want to. You're on that trend line that you got there that you like so much. It's on it is on a weekly. That is a weekly trend line. Are we jumping in, darling? All right, Kava. I'm kind of disappointed that you have nothing exciting to show me there. Let's go to the next one. I think we did Arkham already, right? Last night, yeah. Here's one, ICP. You're a pervert. What? Yellow snow. I see yellow snow. I feel like I should be giving a motivational speech right now with this music. There are times in your life when the going gets tough, but that's when you gotta turn and look within and find your true turkey spirit. It is only when you can release yourself of the bindings of your feathers that you can actually fly. All right. So what you doing here, baby? What you doing? You stepping your game up? You trying to do levels and levels and levels? You trying to get up there? You struggling? Why are you struggling so hard, ICP? Why are you having such a hard time of it? Do we need to zoom out? Do we just not looking at the right pictures here? Are we just not seeing the right things? Because, dang. Why you look so rough is what I'm trying to say. Why are you working on this bearish cross of a 360 over Lucy? Why you got a 200 moving average going over Lucy? Why you keep messing with Lucy line over there? Why are you being so bearish, ICP? You're supposed to change the world. I hear amazing stuff about this, and I hear ties to Bitcoin and blah 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 and this and that, and yet I never see any results from this coin, and it's so disappointing. And stories of how unfair it was done. It makes me think that we're working on a very weird looking butt crack with a big hole in it, a big gap, a very well-used, well-worn butt crack there with a supply line or demand line or some kind of resistance line is all I'm going to call it, that we can bump our heads to own up to around $8. Now, I'm not bitching about getting $8, but I'm kind of bitching about, man, why ain't we going up back to 50? Why ain't we working on that right now? So I'm just going to sit here and bitch and take our highs that we met in December, because that was lower than what we had in March of last year. That's concerning to me in our big bull market here with altcoins going to the upside. Yeah! That they didn't really make a higher high over a period of a year in a bull market. I mean, it's good. I mean, this was better than here, but it is nowhere near, gosh darn it, what we saw. $70? I mean, So as good of a project as it is, it sure does suck as price action goes. And I'm not trying to be mean, I'm just being honest. $6.87 is the best target that I can really get. That's worth anything, in my opinion. Looks like she did a big steep 886 retracement right there from that one. So right now, I'm going to run with you. So gosh darn it. I'm not saying anything here that's exciting me that would get me excited to have big ass targets for the weekend or anything here. There's nice rounding going on, so she's trying to level out. Might argue a trend line there, but it's not the greatest, and there's a few other angles to contend with. So yeah, I'm sticking with that idea. Well, we could do something else though. I guess if we get down to the real nitty gritty and see what's going on, we are at our 236, trying to step our game up. I'm still going with that 680. It's, yeah, I'm still going with you. It's a 786 too. So, ICP, what have I got going on with you? I just got a buy order set in case she comes down. The only sell order I see that's worth taking is right there, 679. And we'll put you in there, baby. I'll put you in there. We'll sell some of you at 689. Well, that was easy, uneventful, and not exciting at all. Striga says this is bedtime. I feel like I could use a nap myself. All right, so after ICP, we'll take a look at stacks. Stackalacka. What are you doing, stacks? As always, I highly recommend zooming out when looking at these projects, just to know where the hell you are. And we are below resistance. So how are you going to play this, stacks? What's our options here? Because normally you come up, bump your head, and then you go down. Or you do any combination of that and finally get above, and then you go up kind of good and recover and go, woo, baby, this bull market is on. And I hope that's what we're doing. I don't know, but we got a cloud over our head with stacks. I love stacks personally. I'm on a 3-day chart and I'm looking at looking at MACD over here, showing signs of tiredness here. She did over here too, but she bounced out of it. Can we still bounce out, or are we at areas to be concerned? Because this is usually areas where she says, I maybe wanting to do something different. I mean, these are the exciting times if they gradually keep going up, but are we? Keep our eye on that. And that has a lot to do with that resistance, I believe. Nice cloud forming makes me hopeful that we could eventually pop up and get up there. So does the 200 moving average. So I think there's a chance that we can break back up above that line. That's the chance that I'm kind of playing and hoping for here. What do you got on the weekly? Oh, that looked... I hit the wrong thing. This I like on the weekly. That looks good. That's major for me. We actually get that cross and flip up, and that should be a good sign. So if there's anything I like that, telling me that, yeah, baby, our 50 is still above the 100 and 200 here, we can come back and we just playing around. Is that what you're trying to say, Stacks? That's what I'm reading in between the lines and paraphrasing. So my stacks targets are going to be $1.09, and wow, I'm kind of surprised at that. Let me come back to smaller time frame so it makes just a little bit more sense. We're using fibs, and I don't have to worry about time frames when I'm using fibs. That's the beauty of the fibs. They're timeless. You got good areas. So we're to be patient with this one. Is that what we're saying? And just buy the dips, baby. Buy the dips. Well, it looks like my dips are going to be here at 75 and 70.703-ish. I can work with that. Stacks. Where are they? Oh man. Yeah, we gotta. Okay, yeah, I needed to do this one bad. This one's got a bunch of crazy stuff going on. So I'm even going to go with that 65 cent area. I'm going to put me a nice big order there. Big is subjective. What's big to me may be just tiny pea pods to you. And we'll get 75.6. And now set my sell order, and the only one that looks really juicy to me is going to be about 109. I'll take this one right here at 105 too. Okay, 105, and I'll do a decent little sell there at resistance. And at 109, another decent little sell there, about 25%. And on the 4 hour, maybe we'll hit that this weekend, and maybe we'll come down and I'll be able to build a bag. Either I build my bag beneath this line, which is the best place to build my bags, beneath this 236 area. As we could be doing lots of things, we could come up, we could do lots of stuff. But it gives me a chance to get dry powder to build my bag. And if we decide to come up here, well, then I gotta start building my bag between, you know, this area as close as I can get to there. We have to take it little by little. Oh my gosh, we got something. There's a turkey above me. I'm being mounted by a turkey. Time woke up, did it? Baba Yas, thoughts on Kadena? Let's take a look at Kadena. I want to take a look at time too. Chronotech. Oh, look at you, Kadena. You're finally doing something. You're not a dead coin like they said you were, or at least you're a zombie, or I don't know. You're moving around now. Can I get the fib off? Get the fib off. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's zoom out on this one, and I got Kadena on here too. Let's go find Kadena. There, yo, you were actually the next one on my thing here. So let me clear out everything I've got going on. The whole purpose is for me to rearrange. We got new information, new things going on. So periodically I go through and adjust my targets and adjust my setups. And so that's kind of what I'm doing right here daily. Looky there, looky there. Look, can we do it again? I think you got it in you to do it again. But this is gonna be a nice, easy one. So we're approaching 73 cents right there, and we got all of our moving averages, and they are bearish for the big ones, and then a lot of the small ones are down here. So I would not be surprised if we don't come back down at some point. Probably, if I had to guess, to retest this little breakout, that trend line, or this pattern, if you want to look at that. Bullish pattern, bullish, bullish, bullish. Very nice. Very nice little pattern right there. We just take a measure move here, put it at, take a measure move, put it at the breakout. We're right, you know, we hit it right there, baby. We hit it, we almost there. You know that I have to take a moment to say this, and I'm still talking about the tie guy, flag guy chasers. Just what's being taught to people and how people would interpret it, especially if you're new. You know, you don't always pick up on the little finesses, the little things that maybe, you know, that take some time to learn, and instead, you know, they never look back to see what we came from. I noticed when people pattern trade on YouTube, it's not like, you know, they'll get this and they'll have a setup, but just like during the whole thing, it's always, oh, I gotta find the next little flag. It's like, what happened to the trade setup that we were on before? Why aren't we still on that one? What happened to that target? Is there not a play there? But instead it's, you know, chasing the flags, chasing the flags, chasing the flags on the move. Instead of, in other words, you know, if you were playing this, it told you what to look for. How come we're not playing it? How come we're still not referring? Well, we're still waiting to hit this target from this guy over here. But it's always a new little target, the new little flag, the new little thing, the new little pump. And I just don't analyze that way, I guess. I just don't, I mean, you can, but it's like, what the bigger thing tells you. right? Why do I need to do... I got to do all these little flags. I got to take a flag here, and a flag here, and a flag here. And eventually the flag that doesn't work out when... I don't know. It bewilders me. It really does, but... Hey, man, that's who we're trading against there. Targets, right here, darling. Right here. Right, I got 73 on my actual thing there. And then if we get gutsy, we'll put it as a bonus target, but I don't think it'll do it. But you never know. If she decides, hey man, screw you, road dog, you suck. 97 would be a nice backup target there. So 97 cents, and I'm gonna sell me a nice little fat bag of you. Why aren't you fatter? I expected you to be fatter. That bag is not as fat as I'd hope that it would be right now. Perhaps this selling here will change that. I'm going to sell a little bit more. Oh. No, it is borrowed. Okay, never mind. Screw that. I guess we are doing that. 7-3. All right. Oh, no. Shoot. Hey, you know what? I gotta sell the wrong coin. Oh my god, you suck. I'm still on stacks over here thinking I'm doing something. All right, Kadena. Let's get you set up here. Oh, I had it right. What happened there? There we go. I don't know what happened. It just slipped over. I did it right. Something weird happened there. Okay, so now we're taking a bigger thing of probably. Yeah, I'm gonna take me a nice little bag here at 73 cents. Matty Ghost, I see you there. Thank you for the super chat there. Okay, so thoughts on Kadena, 73 cents, and then from there, I think it would pull back and probably come back and retest about 50. That is where on the, big, I'm on the 6 hour, no particular reason. It's 4 hour to work just as well. But all of our bigger moving averages are still down here, and we like to touch those 200 and 100s every once in a while, and I think we'll have a nice little chance to come back there. 300s down here too, so I think we can come up and then come back for a retest, that kind of little thing. Matty Ghost, thank you for the super chat. Zorro, Z-R-O, right? Is it Zorro? There we go, clapping hands. Layer 0. Also on CoinX. Is this the best chart? That was June 24. Has it been out more? Been out further? It's been out longer than that, right? $298 million market cap. That's pretty decent. How far you? Okay, July 24. Okay, I guess we got it. What's it do? We got 1 billion of them, 110 million circulating. So they got a little lockup schedule that seems like it's not just dumping on everybody. Still in the slow stages before the big dumps. That's cool. That'll help. 25% unlocked, 75% of it locked. Community has 38%. Tokens repurchased. Corporate strategic partners. Or contributors, strategic partner. Oh, that's cool. That actually looks pretty decent compared to a lot of them I see. What do you got over here? Whales on 59% of it. Cruisers, traders, and holders. So this is what we got. Well, that wasn't too hard. So the idea is with this trend line, hold, and let me tighten up my angle. That's a nice angle. I'm looking at these candle bodies. I know, I should probably use the magnet tool. I don't want those big long rays though. I'm looking for channel ideas here. I'm gonna go with that preemptively. All right, so we got a nice little thing going on here, I think. We got our little 618 pullback there. And yeah, I got confluence right here at 454. So I'm going to preemptively say that this is a possible nailed it target. Believe it or not, I know it sounds impossible now. Doesn't look like it could ever happen at the moment, but that is what I'm getting there. With a nice little target right in here. Technically, I've got 394. We'll put that as a, we'll make this a zone. So 386, and then we got this little guy. Right there. This is an AB equals CD move, and there, in my personal opinion, there's a nice entry from here to get up there. 40% gains, possibly 60% gains on spot. There is a trend line that we have touches there. 1, 2, 3 touches, solid trend line. This actually makes for a good trade setup. Matty Ghost, thank you for that. I'm going to share this with the, well, crap. Share this with the group because I actually kind of like this. I'm on the daily. Yeah, it is making a flag pattern above the 100 moving average. The 9 is crossed bullishly over it. We came through a red cloud. We're above a green cloud. Trend line. This one looks strong to me. I wouldn't play it as a flag to the up. Well, I don't know if you did. Well, how would that work? I think I'm a little biased now, just like cup and handy, and now it's flag sales. So it's like, oh my gosh, things get overdone. It's like that song on the radio is played too much. I still got higher targets than what that would give. And if we're in a channel, if that's true, if this is the channel, and it could be a little bit bigger, you know, I hadn't really defined the top of the channel, and it should be happening soon. That's where this $4.50 area could come. 454 can come in. We could be looking at some very nice intensive gains out of this one if you do. That's 41%. To a whopping possible 65% gains. And a trade setup would look a little bit like, is this long or is that long? Hey, I got it right. Just going to the first target, and you could set a stop loss. You can set it tight. That's what I like about the trend line, because if it breaks the trend line, well, that's it. You could be a little safer and try to go below these wicks if you want, but basically it's all about this trend line. It's got a little bit of wiggle room, so I would take some wiggle room. Wherever the entry could be anywhere right through here, but stop loss, that's 12%. That's too crazy. I'll go tight. I'm just saying, I go tight. I go tight on the bottom of trend lines because it usually works out. If it doesn't, it's usually not meant to be, is what I find. Every once in a while it might come down and wick and then take off without, and it sucks when it happens, but so you can get a nice little tight stop loss, I think about 6%. That gives you a nice risk reward ratio, 6 to 7, get 41% gains out of it. I'm going to copy that. So I think it makes a nice little swing trade idea. Because of that 271 right now. And could be seeing 386 in that area. I think it's worth sharing over here. This is swing trade idea. I guess I should probably put the indicators in there too, because it does look like she wants to come down just a wee bit. Money flow is still in the red though. Let's come down to the smaller time frame just to kind of look at her a little sideways here. 100 crossing the 200. I still like what we got here. So to enter this, what I would recommend doing is come down to the smaller time frame. And so if I were looking to do this, we could pull a fib. So actually 265 I think would be the sweet spot if we can get it. That's where I would prefer to try to enter. Put a limit order there, and that actually give you a little bit more gains than what we got. But price has got to go. I think it got a good chance of hitting there. I just don't know if it will. Let's tighten these little guys up here. And then let's back out and put on the 4 hour. And I had it on the daily. I'll just do another one on the 4 hour. So it's the same idea, but with an entry price of 266. That's my take on it. Layer 0 looks pretty decent as long as it keeps up with these ideas. Now that's me looking at it this way. Now some people would be trying to see an inverted head and shoulder. There's no neckline there, so that's why you're not hearing me talk about it. You got this, you got an angle going on there instead of a neckline. Come on, angle. And if you try to go this way, you cut through everything, so it's not a solid neckline for me to do shoulder, head and shoulders to the upside. But you know, it can be other variations of things. A triple bottom idea. That actually looks something a little bit more like it. I mean, there's a trend line idea going there. There's lots of them. Zooming out usually gives you the best course of action. Well, this is why we should always do that. And it kind of looks like we got a breakout of a channel. A lackluster breakout, probably with not much volume. Had a little volume spike. Overall, I think it looks. This bottom trend line is the main thing I'm going with right there. Looks healthy that we can start stepping our game up, make a higher high. Thank you again for the super chat. I appreciate it. Madigo says, "Good. I just bought some this morning." That's a decent little spread right there. I think it's of course it's choppy, but the ribbons are starting to flip here on the bigger, medium and bigger time frames, so that's cool. All right, let's see. Take a sip of coffee here. So we did Cadena. What's my next one here? How about this one? What are you doing? Grass. Let's do grass. This would be a great place for. Thank you. Looks like I just got a fib and a trend line. Let's see, clear things out here. Grass token. Where were we at? 393. Just kind of ranging, really. And a big triangle kind of thing, or a big channel, depending on how you want to look at it. If it's a channel, we got a partial decline, which I like that for a channel. Still don't have a breakout of a trend line there, but squeezing to it, so something's getting ready to happen soon, and hopefully it's more up than down, because the down part kind of sucks. We're about done with all the down, or I'm done like emotionally. I'm done, not like done like it's through. Like I don't know. I hope it's done, but are you coming back down to here? Why you want to do that? Don't do that. So we got a couple of ideas here that both of them kind of suck. 786, $1.32 out of grant. Really? You're headed down. Really? We also we're testing this area here, so you see the little W pattern over here? We're right there. We're also, and we retested here, retested there. That needs to hold. Okay, that one needs to hold. Let's take our fibs from bottom to top, and there should be a fib line right there. Okay, 618 is right where we are right now. I'm just going to color you yellow. So this needs to hold, or else we can see those lower prices. This becomes an 886 now, doesn't it? Okay, cool. I'll roll with you. And then we got this little zone down here, about 131 to 140. That would be the next level to retest the bottom of this. If this doesn't hold, this really needs to hold for a W pattern. That needs to hold. Why are you doing this? Why you keep testing it? That should have been enough right there. That should have been enough. That should have satisfied you. This trend line should have held. That trend line didn't hold. Breaking that trend line says, I want to go all the way down here. And we don't want it to do that. So it's got to hold where it is, 152, or else we come down here. That sucks. All right, well, then I guess I got to do some stuff here. Grass. We'll take all this crap off. I didn't got a good sell target out of you yet, grass. So I want to put a... Put as a buy order in. Right down there at the very bottom at $1.32. Put me another buy order there. The majority of it right there at 139, 140. And I would be considering taking a nibble there, 152, but I'm not so that she ain't coming down. So,
Let's move one more time.
yeah, I'm not sold on that. Not sold on that. All right, so we'll do that. Now my take profit targets suck at the moment. we got below this guy. That's kind of sucky. So we pull our fib from high to low for the the main leg that we're on right now. Use the same thing that we always do. $182, $2. It's the only ones that worth me holding on for. $182, huh? Well, alrighty, Grass. We got our sell orders in, got our buy orders in case they get hit. If they don't get hit, well, then that's a-okay. Sucks that you lost that trend line. Sucks that you lost that one too. That was the original. Well, this was the original, but then we got this, and look at that. What it did there. She rode underneath it, then got up here and touched it, and then gave it up, making kind of like an M, but M's are top patterns, and I wouldn't call this a top since we're in the bottom area. But and then we got this guy here. Grass looks a little boring, man. Grass looks a little boring as she starts to squeeze in here, but as she squeezes through here, then it will start to do something. And more than likely, what we usually expect is the pop to the Z upside and eventually come back up here to the 273, kind of making a big W, retest that area and hopefully go higher to 320. But that looks like that could be weeks away from what I'm seeing right here, right now. Let's take a look at Arweave. This one's been doing pretty juicy lately since she looked like she was dead. Nobody wanted her, and gosh, I was even thinking, oh my god, well, she keeps coming down. We gotta figure out how we're going to do this. You suck, Arweave. Actually, you don't suck now, but you sucked for the longest time. You really sucked coming down from 28 all the way down to $4. That's pretty sucky behavior. I don't care who you are. You deserve that, Arweave. You ought to be ashamed of yourself for what you just did right there. And all the peoples. You can only make it up to me by going back to $10. And then let me buy you at 3 again. Then we can be friends again. Are we? I like it. I like that. I'm serious. You do suck, Arweave. You really do. I'm just saying. You really suck. Not really, but kind of, sort of. She went full deep on retracement, not quite a full double bottom, just a higher above it, and hopefully she won't come all the way back down. That would suck. She looks like she's trying to do something finally. So are these the juicy places to buy Arweave? I would say this is some of the juicy places, but not any more juicier than $4. My god. We just did you, right? We were going to do this one. When I say we, I mean me and the collective voices in my head. They're there. Alright, so we'll go with those two main targets. Where did you come up on here? In betwixt. In betwixt. Well, there's 1392 coming up, but don't see that happening anytime real soon. I'm on the daily, looking at the bigger time frames, and we're coming up against resistance areas right now. There we go. Slowly approaching a 786, trying to move in on us. I'm approaching a 618, my bad. Trying to approach our 786 area. He's talking gibberish again. Give us prices, sir. Gosh darn it. So $8.36, 9.36. You liking the 36s, ain't you? Ultimately, I'm looking at 10.30. We need to get there. We need to get back in touch with that guy. So are you going to do this, are we? And look. Okay, there's lots of ways to look at this little thing. There's, look at it, however. Channel it broke out to the upside. Woo, baby. That's one idea. Says we can go all the way up to almost that where we like where we did for that. Okay, that's cool. Then you got, what's that? Oh, I guess we got rid of the fibs. Then you got this idea. Look, it's an atom with a low fallen Eve or something, or maybe it's making it may do something like that. We've got all kinds of options. It's all about clearing this area here, and we could wick up there and then come back down here. So we were not out of the woods yet, but what we do have that we can depend on is a trend line. When it breaks, we know that, well, something like this will probably happen. But until then, more of this. And I say let's get all of this that we can, and especially if our 3 hump rule, 1 hump, 2 hump, 3 hump, dump, if that plays out, that's cool. We're in the early stages of that possibly happening. Come down and tighten up this trend line down here. Fine, I can usually just take them where they start and just pop them there, and then you see this falls in the line there. Is that a 1 hump, 2 hump? Is this the 3rd hump? Elliot, what do you think? Elliot thinks we got another hump after a dump. Elliot, you're counting waves weird again. What are you doing? We got it. That's what I thought you were doing. So she is on a 5 here. She got 2 different counts here. This is why we don't talk to Elliot. Elliot's always conflicted. Elliot, you don't know. We're heading with 837. Are we? Come on, let's put these targets in here. Let's get this. Let's get you straightened out. And there's a excessive cash over on that little account. So I've got targets at 10:30. Let's get us a nice little payday up there. And 9:36. It's a nice little payday right there. And then 8:37. Or 36. I wrote 36. Let's get us a nice little payday right there. And I think I'm going to have to change my strategy. Pay back what I had. Oh no, not borrow. We're not in a place to buy just yet. I'm in a place to sell, so I'm going to have to borrow something to sell. We get that already. Oh yeah, that freed up a lot. Yes, I believe that we are ready now. Take advantage of this nice little move. Then we go. Oh, I hope you are head and shoulders. I hope you do head and shoulders us out. Come on, make that shoulder, baby. Come on. I'm not looking at OM. OM kind of sucks. Here's one Altcoin. Altcoin. What are you doing, Altcoin? You in one of these little guys. You kind of low. You kind of cheap as F right now. You at a bottom. There was this idea that we had a fractal, looks like, on something. How'd that work out for you? It looked impressive up to here. And then it didn't do this part. Why didn't you do this part? That was beautiful. You could look, you're supposed to do that part. Why didn't you do that part? And this is how fractals suck. They look good and they look beautiful until they don't. Altcoin, why do you suck so much? You're down. You went lower than you've ever been in the history of Altcoin. It's safe to say that you are in a range, in a disappointment to crypto. Altcoin. Let me check you out. Let me get myself familiar with these tokenomics on Altcoin. Is there a reason for me to hate you now? Is there a reason for us to talk bad about you? You got a 1 billion market cap, 1.84 billion, and you're at your lowest low. Maximum supply is ... Maybe that's got something to do. But you only got 663 million. You got coins that are in the billions that are doing a little bit better than you. Total supply is 1.95 billion. That sounds halfway reasonable. All-time high was $237, and we're down 98% of that. And you should be able to do almost 100x from here, according to that. If you got back at that all-time high, it'd be 100x. Seems almost impossible. You gonna do that in the next 6 months, next 8 months? Altcoin, what we got going on with you? You still got all this stuff. Your fully diluted valuation is 5.4 billion. Now this one, decentralized storage system that aims to store humanity's most important information, whatever. And they were supposed to have been hooked up with Solana. I don't know if they still are or not, but that's what kind of propelled them last cycle when they started getting up all crazy, because they were, it's where Solana is supposed to store its stuff. Filecoin is open source, decentralized, which means governance in the hands of the community, whatever. Developers have the opportunity to create cloud file storage services like Dropbox or iCloud. I'm looking for the word governance. File is a native currency that powers the entire network. So you're not a governance, you are actually a mineable coin. It is the network thing. Miners place file as collateral guaranteeing their service, and you're down at your lows. What the hell? Well, it's either going to be a really good play or it's going to be one of the crappiest ones of the cycle. This is where we were in March of last year, all year. In 1 year, $11 down to $2. You got bullish divergence? A little bit. Okay, I'm on the daily. You need to step up your game, Filecoin. You're getting kind of, geez, this is ridiculous. All right, let's take it from, let's go down to our December high, lower high. Right now, these are the only two targets it's worth looking at to me. And it's basically 236 and 382. This was a 236 from a different pool. On the daily, that's a turkey above me. Look, that looks like me. On the daily, we do have the green dot, and the money flow is starting to come up. So there's some interesting things happening here. It looks like we're going to do red dot, green dot. And so I think we're getting ready to get a breakout out of Altcoin. Thank you, finally. But are we working on it right now? I'm on the daily, so this is kind of a bigger one to pay attention to. We did get a breakout, I guess, depending on how it dropped. Yeah, we're kind of, sort of. Is that close enough for cigars? We're working on a breakout. We'll put it that way. Now, this pattern is Cure. This is opening broadening wedge or opening broadening channel. They are bullish. They break it to the upside 72% of the time, and that would take us right into the top of it. So I do like this for Filecoin. I'm putting these targets here. Altcoin. Altcoin. So you're breaking out? Do I need to bite you? Gosh darn it. You suck. I'm coming down to the 4 hour to see what we got here. You talked me into it. I gotta get me some Altcoin. Let me buy the flag to the upside. There is a secondary trend line. That's cool. T's risky. T's risky, no doubt, to buy Altcoin right now. I will say. She could come down to 262 this weekend, my friends, or maybe even lower. Maybe even lower. I do like what I see on the 4 hour. What have I got? What have I got going on here? I got some that's borrow. Okay, so it's cancel all my orders, redo my orders, and go with what I got here. I do have a little bit. I will take a small nibble. $262. I will take another nibble. And then I'm going to some juicy little sell prices that are just juicy. Right there, was it 360, 362? Altcoin, I'm getting ready to sell you out. Sell you out, Al. 3.62. Yeah, baby. And then 440, 447 is what I got over here. Selling a bigger back there. Yeah, baby. All right, let's come back to the chat. There's the turkey of it. We got something. Maddie Go says API 3. Thank you for the super chat, Maddie. I appreciate that. Clappy hands. This would be a great place. There we go. API 3. Let's check her out. Let's zoom out. That looks like a little witch's hat right there. Not an official pattern, just an observation. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, look, we came up and we hit our target. We had for that was meant to like go here, but it happened over here. I don't know. We won't do any fancy things like that because I can't remember what was going on there. Nice trend line. API 3. What is up with you? API 3? Because you were up to $9 before. Last year you got up here. That looked promising. I got to familiarize myself. I was in this a while back. I'm not in it now. I don't think I am. Or am I? Do I still have some of that? I can't remember if I've got any of this or not. I may have some of this on my Tangem wallet. If I do, she's obviously down. So maximum supply is ... 23,000 holders, 82 million circulating supply, $68 million market cap. That's so still good. Let's make sure. API 3 was like an Oracle play, right? Or was it? I can't remember. Smart contracts are often struggle to assess dependable data, but application program and interfaces, APIs, have been touted as a solution to this problem. Okay. Although this has helped solve the problem to some extent, the industry has since been grappling with the blockchain Oracle problem. Oracles are a form of middleware that sit between APIs and smart contracts, increasing cost and centralization. API 3 intends to get around this problem by enabling API providers to provide their very own nodes. Okay. So it's kind of nerdy, and that's probably why it's not getting all the sexy appeal. She doesn't have a dog picture on her, or a frog picture on her. It's a pure marketing error. Just got to put a little picture of a cute cuddly dog in a ski hat or something, and changes the whole narrative. $1.57. That would be coming back to make this a W pattern and coming back to retest that. That's the best target to go with. And that's a double up from here. That's one worth waiting at. My personal opinion. Now, short term, we can look at other things. But this was when December, and this was March, and it might take her a minute to get up there. So these are the bigger plays. What would that look like for the patient person? 83% gain, or 92% gains up to the first target. Yeah, it would be 174 to that one. Let's take it down a notch here. Shorter term. Now we're cooking with gasoline. I would go with this one. 99 and well, yeah, I guess it's R618. Looks like she's coming into play there. And then we'll put this little box right here. At 133, 200 moving average is also there. That's kind of a cool little sign. It won't be there by the time price gets there, but it's a cool little heads up for the moment. So, okay, let's take a look. What do we got? What do we got? Can this hold? It's been holding. She's been holding. Looks like this one's going to be the first hiccup we get, 99 cents. Short term, I think I would look for those guys. And about 20% gains or so to the first target from where we are. 28. 51 to that second target, 119. It being along this trend line here on the daily, that's good. That gives you a low risk reward ratio. So if you do enter a trade, you get tight ass stop losses like 5% or something, even somewhere through there on spot. Gives you a bigger risk reward ratio, letting you that one be a nice play. 25% gains, 8-to-1 risk reward ratio, almost 9-to-1, 50% gains up to that second target. That's pretty kosher. Let's come down the smaller time frame, 4 hour. Kind of see what we look like over the weekend. Struggling, but working it. Above the, in between the 100 and 200 moving average, go smaller. Oh, we're in betwixt the 300 and yeah, it's the same thing, just different story. So this is good. This is good. That's good. That's the first flipping in here on the 1 hour. 300 over Lucy, that's the 666 moving average. You can see they're starting to sweep in and flip. That's a good sign. I think this one's going to start looking a little bit more bullish. And yeah, I do look at that 99 cent area. Come back and get that one. It may be a little higher. That would be cool. 104, 105 if it wants to go over here and make a higher high. We didn't put in our little higher high area. 103 and then maybe 108. I'd go with 108. We'll put that little guy in there for a bonus target. Why not go for a bonus target of 108? That would take us, where would that take us? Where's the little measure tool? From hither to thither. 38% gains, not bad.
it's locked, your keys a tease, a game I can't unwind. FOMO's creeping through my veins, you're messing with my mind. I'm not your trader, not your pawn, I see through the haze. You're dancing in my dreams, babe, with your blockchain waves.
That's a nice 3%. That's just going underneath right over here.
You just want my stacks to send. Oh, playing games with central plans. I'm slipping deeper in your hands. You just want transactions.
With the buy right where we are right now. It's a pretty good risk reward ratio, I believe.
Pulling me with moves so shady. You just want transactions. You just want transaction, baby. Charts are spinning, I'm persuaded. Lost in code, intoxicated.
Stop loss at 75 cents. Enter at 79. 78 is where we're at right now, right? Take profit at the 99-cent area. That looks like a pretty decent trade setup. If I can get a picture of this, we'll post that. If I can get a picture of it with the... Yeah, there we go. This is API 3 on 1 hour. And we would need something kind of like this. It likes to do something like that, and then looks like she gives it back. It's a little bit, I mean, it's... We don't know how she's going to perform, but when she does go, she goes. So it could be a nice little short-term play, nice little in and out trade. Kind of what I'm saying, what I'm posting over as over here. Nice. I'm gonna put. I think it's a nice in and out swing. Or if you like the project, and I mean, you're at a bottom, you can hold it for longer, but. Okay, put that guy over there. All right, so that's kind of what I see on API and what might be happening this weekend. All right, so we've been going for 2 hours again. What time is it? All right, it's time for the little one to get home. All right, let me come over to the chat here. Let's take a look at Bitcoin too. What are you doing, Bitcoin? You dropping? Or are you still going up? On the 1 hour, looks like you. Let's go back to the 6 minute where we were looking at you. Well, that idea of an ascending triangle going to break into the upside has now failed. It has broken this trend line, so the flag idea is gone. Any flag idea, and this is what happens when you get an ascending triangle. Unless they do break up and just go skyward to Valhalla, they just change angles and they make a rising pattern, which they're bearish. Now we got a rising wedge, which should be doing exactly what it's doing right there. That's how they form. That's one way that they form there. So that's interesting. So we're flagging it. We're above the 618. So are we going to come back? We'll probably come back and try to test this area again. It looks like. I found that interesting. We have to zoom out here on Bitcoin. What are you doing, Bitcoin? It makes sense that we would come back, and we've already tested it a couple of times, but maybe a more solid retest, or maybe even lose it. We did look at that idea last night. I want to mention this before we leave today. When we were way back here, we got to get on a bigger time frame. This guy over here. Now let me get rid of it. This is what we did back here. Remember, we had our big low to 49, and then we started making recovery. And this was our 618, and we got above it. We didn't quite touch our 786, but we got up here. And we did something. We did this. I was talking about it last night. We made the little kind of bat kind of looking pattern. We did a double top, but we did it above the 618, and then we came back and lost it, and then it came down again, and tricked the whole market, got everybody scared again because they were all saying flags to the upside. They were always flag. This was a flag to the upside too. They don't always work, people. So I'm just saying, resistance areas do matter when you're looking at them. I'm just trying to keep it from being wrecked. Just some signs to look for. Sometimes they do work. Sometimes they're great. So that is another trend line, a third, I think a tertiary trend line. It's not our main trend line. Seems to be getting broke on the smaller time frames, but here it's holding. Let's look. Are you dropping notice this weekend, Bitcoin? That's what we're trying to figure out here. To me, I think she's losing that line. She's got a little bit of wiggle room depending on how we're looking at it, but I can see us coming back and retesting here and then seeing if we hold this or not. 96. And they could be dumping us over the weekend on Sunday. I don't know exactly what they're going to do. Nobody ever knows exactly what they're going to do, but they like to run us up on Fridays, Thursday, Fridays, get us all, yeah, we're going to the weekend. Yes, I can't believe it. All new highs on Friday. Yeah. And then when we see a Monday, Tuesday dump or Sunday night dump, any of those days, if they don't start dumping us on the weekend, then they might get us on the first day. It seems to be a wash, rinse, repeat thing. So just be cautious. As far as altcoins go, let's take a look at Total 3 real quick. She's in this rejection area, and so Total 3 is just kind of hanging out there like, I don't know, am I going down or not? That kind of sucks. How do you look altcoins on this 4 hour? 4 hours a good time frame to look, especially with these bigger moving averages, 800, 600. So we're above the 360. We're trying to flip. So altcoins, they're trying. And one hump, two hump. Right now, she's looking a little sideways and iffy right now. I mean, I'm trying to determine, is this going to be a good weekend for altcoins or not? And it suggests that we're at a rejection area. That would suck. Well, the altcoins are going to fall back. Well, we just get to buy them cheaper. Been taking profits if that happens. She's at they would love to, and they love to do this. They put us at an area just like this. Bullish. That can be bullish. But right now, you're starting. Yeah, we're getting some rejection here. We might pull back a little bit on altcoins this weekend. We might do that. See what they look like over here. Coming down a little bit on the weekly. Pretty good though. All right, so we'll come back tonight about 10:30. We'll look at the market and see how it's doing. Might be a little shaky. We'll see what happens this weekend. Low liquidity, not really anybody here. We are heading into summer and starting to get a little warmer. Oh, here we go. Right here's the little culprit, I believe. Bitcoin dominance is going up, and that will have an effect on altcoins. If that continues going up, I mean, we can see some gains out of altcoins, but it's mainly Bitcoin that's going to be doing that. I do like to take a look at Bitcoin dominance. She is definitely looking strong on the 4 hour. That's going to be the winner this weekend, I'm seeing, is Bitcoin dominance. And are you headed toward resistance? And she could still go up. I got 65% there as an area rejection. Can you get rejected there? Where is this? 65.3. She's going up, and as this goes up, altcoins have a tendency not to do as great. Some of them will. Some of them will be more selective once popping off, and my guess is that memes are probably going to be the ones that people will be looking at this weekend. All right, and we'll probably take a look at some meme coins and stuff too. Guys, thanks for hanging out with me while I kind of bounce my portfolio and do all this other stuff, and we looked at coins that you guys suggested too. Appreciate it. Be back again tonight. We'll look at more coins and look at the market and see if we can find some opportunities, long, short, something to make a few nickels this weekend. See you tonight. Thanks for hanging out. Virtual's been doing pretty good.
Asia's moon is burning bright. Hey, one more dip across the sea.
Thank you, Ave. I really appreciate you doing that.
Crypto's pull won't let me be. Yeah, I'm a midnight trader. Ooh, can't sleep till I stack my gains. Yeah. Running charts against the dawn.
Nap sounds it's pretty nice.
Midnight trader on my own. Hey, hey.
Appreciate you, Brackish. See what you did there.
My eyes go dim.
Thank you, my man.
Yeah, life slips past while I'm plugged in. Hey, hey. Tokyo's hum keeps me alive. Chasing gains where shadows thrive. Yeah, I'm a midnight trader. Ooh, can't sleep till I stack my gains. Yeah, yeah.
Are you gonna bounce? Are you gonna bounce right here, Bitcoin?
Against the dawn.
Are you bouncing? You little bouncer. Is it gonna stick? Looks like it can stick. Oh my gosh, are we bouncing in here, Bitcoin? Sweet, right off that trend line. You got what you got over here? What's this? You got work to do. You gonna do it right now? We're on the 1 minute. You gonna do it?
Midnight trader.
This is a telling moment. Make or break moment. You got to do it. Do it. See you guys later. Thanks a lot. Where's a dog? Come and wave, dog. There you are.